Charles Sonnen dude is so funny, man. But yeah, basically this is just like we all know. Well, I don't know, but Rose Namajunas was well below par the other week, and it wasn't even really a fight. Apparently, it's so forgettable, and she lost the belt on points, and it was like no. Basically, most people seem to agree that Namajunas probably should have won, but she was supposed to win convincingly, and she lost on a shitty point. So, but if she wants the belt back, she's just got to get her fucking motivation sorted. But do you know what I mean? She beat the best there is. Do you know what I mean? And like, she is clearly the best. I just like this because even this guy that knows it didn't realise how good she could be. Do you know what I mean? When she's fully committed, and that's sort of what he's talking about. When she is at her best, she is untouchable, and she just dominates. And it's true. There's talent. No one's ever disputed she's the most talented. It's about can you get. It's like Ronnie O'Sullivan. It's can you get that talent with the mental side perfect. And sometimes she can, sometimes she can't. I've got no reason to suck this bird's dick. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just know a great fight when I see one, and she's the best I've ever seen in the female division. Yeah, in any weight class, in terms of pure talent, the boxing skill, she's something else, man. She's got this thing you can't teach. Like, you talk about it, man.
Giftcard fix their UK prices, so even if my bills go up elsewhere, I've got one left.
So the ones she did beat to win the belt had just been considered indestructible. They were the Mike Tysons of the equivalent. You know what I mean? She bashed them both like they were nobodies, and then she struggles against lesser opponents. It's like she needs the fucking challenge.
Less thing to worry about.
With flexible plans, great value, and fixed UK prices for 2022.
I gotta tell you, I am a friend of Thug Rose, okay? I had a conversation with Pat Barry today. Her fiance, unless they ran off and got married and I didn't get invited to the wedding, you get my point. I did not know. I just didn't know. I knew Rose was good. Sure she's good. I knew Rose was fun. Sure I did. I did not know that Rose Namajunas is one of the greatest to have ever done it. I just didn't know that. I didn't know that she even wanted to be. I didn't know that this was a sport that she loved and had a passion for. I just didn't know. Rose will go down in the argument of the greatest to have done it because of what she did tonight. And I made this comment to somebody. I made this comment to Ryan Monda, my brother-in-law, by text message, and he wrote me back and said, Chill, you're not remembering this right. Because Rose not only has beaten everybody, Rose is also dominant. She is just as dominant as the Bullet and as Amanda. I said, excuse me? That's not how I remember it, Ryan. And he goes, well, Chill, go back and watch the fight she lost with Andrade. That wasn't a tit-for-tat fight. That wasn't even competitive. Rose was absolutely dominating. She got picked up and slammed and lost the belt. Like, you know what? You're right. And I do appreciate that reminder because that's not how I remember it. I do now. I do now that you've called it to my attention. You're right. Not only is Rose whipping everybody's ass, Rose is dominant. They're not even close with her. Joanna was so uncompetitive with her, and you know how highly we all think of Joanna, that they redid the match. Rose went ahead and beat her again. Now you got this Wei Lee situation. This wasn't even close. Rose controlled space, knew right where she was. Wei Lee's a bull. You're not getting any space on Wei Lee. She's too short. She's too powerful. She's too goddamn aggressive. Rose was keeping this space like she the most brilliant fighter of all time. You're talking about fight IQ. That's a big term that's getting thrown out these days. She's keeping space on the ball as though she understands things we don't. Boop. Brought that kick right up. I call it was like a question mark kick kind of for me because of the way it came up and it got turned over. Either way, that isn't the official turn of the question mark quick, but it was like that. Oh, it was like that. She came right to the face, understood that range, had that power all in the first round. We get up and go home. She is just as dominant as everybody else. She's just not talked about because she's not intimidating and she's not brash, and that's okay. That's okay. I just didn't know, and I'm her friend. I didn't know she was one of the best of all time. I didn't know that till today. I didn't know she loved this sport and had a passion for it. I thought it was something that she did. Man, she's pretty good. It's just something she did. And it really speaks, and tonight in large part was about her entire team. If there was a star tonight, it just...
Yeah, because like, as coach, the coach apparently is one of the best, and he coached some other geezer to World Championship as well. But again, I still got to get him to it. But yeah, man, he's right. And everyone in the know knows that Namajunas at best is just a different level, but it is like Ronnie O'Sullivan. Like, he has off days when he's not even, like, he's worse than normal, worse than average kind of thing. And she was just disinterested. Every time she's been the favourite, she's just not looked interested. She needs her own reasons to fight. It's really weird with her. She's not interested in breaking records. Although she could easily come back in 6 months if she gets herself motivated and just take that belt back. No disrespect to her opponent, but she's not in the same league, man. And yet, in theory, she's 2-0 against her because she lost to her when she was a kid in the Ultimate Fighter because she was a bag of nerves, and she lost again. And you can't deny it; she lost twice. But the second one apparently was a poor decision. Like, it was a draw because no one did anything. Like, they don't do draws in UFC, basically.